Bryan Spainhower.
Sean Daniel.
How is the guitar like the human heart?
Well, they both have strings.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, 6 strings.
6 strings.
6 strings.
There aren't a lot of human hearts out there with 7 or 8 strings.
Not to my knowledge. Not ones
No.
I've come in contact with anyway.
6 strings.
6 strings.
And what are those strings meant for on both instruments?
To be pulled and tugged. Just wrenched.
Oh my gosh. The
You
heartstrings.
know, the heartstrings.
They are the guitar strings.
Right here.
We're talking about how to play with feel, how to
From
play
here,
with heart.
From here, yeah.
Okay.
Is there any other way to play?
No, it's the only way I know how to play it.
That's the only way I know how to play.
Yeah.
You know. Was there a time when I didn't? Maybe.
No, I had a dream once.
Yeah.
It was like Game of Thrones, where the White Walkers sucked my soul out, and I was just a cold, heartless guitar player.
You would just play like a note and nothing, no feel.
It'd be like,
don't ever do that again.
yeah. And then I woke up.
Yeah.
No. Can you teach maybe those people out there who haven't yet found their heart, who are searching for their heart, how to play with a little bit of feel and heart?
I think so. I would hope so. And even people who want to take what they have, the feel that they have, and play with more heart.
Okay.
Because to me, playing with feel and heart is all about bending the strings and pulling and vibrato.
That's right. That's what
You
it comes
know.
down to.
It just,
Vibrato and bending. Anybody can play a simple single note.
Yeah.
But how you execute that?
like Carlos Santana. There's a few people that can play one note you instantly recognize.
For sure.
David Gilmour.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix.
For sure.
You know, Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck.
Those are some of my favorites anyway.
Can you maybe give us some examples, perhaps, on how you perceive different players and how they find a voice?
Yeah, I
through
guess.
this kind of thing?
I mean, you know, everyone's got their little different style, which you know, there's so many different ways to do it. Like we were talking moments ago about like B.B. King,
Right.
right? And he's got this little pull off, and then he just goes, you know,
Yep.
and that's I'm not doing it like B.B. King does, but that's
Nobody
kinda-
can because you don't have his heart.
I don't have his heart.
Uh-huh.
I've got mine.
You're doing an approximation of the sound.
But like the way I'm feeling right now, if I was just gonna play a little simple riff, like little minor pentatonic.
I felt that.
Did you feel that?
I felt what you.
I
It's
kind
like
of felt it too, because it was sincere. It was from here.
You were telling a story. And I think that's something that's often overlooked with specifically online guitar instruction.
Yeah.
Is the storytelling and the experience, the feel of how you play an instrument. Instead of like, okay, I can play the major scale or whatever.
Right.
But, how do you really play it and kind of find your voice?
Exactly, and it's all about expressing your individual voice, because you don't play like me, and I don't play like you.
No?
And we both, I think can play fairly decent.
Hey, sure.
And
we do our own thing.
And to me, and I just told Sean this too, is like, for me, what's the point of playing guitar if you can't express yourself without bending strings and adding vibrato? Because that's where you really get true style and feel on an instrument. And the guitar allows you to do that, because the pianos, unless you have a pitch wheel,
Right.
you don't have the opportunity to do so. And guitar is just...
That's it.
It allows you to do that. And that's why I think guitars have been so popular since, especially the electric guitar when it came out, as people could relate and they could really feel it, you know. So
Yeah. We're all using the same 12 notes, the same 7 notes, the same 5 notes, depending on,
or
kinda
the
what
same
you're
note
doing.
for
Yeah,
that matter.
same single note, whatever.
So that's the key to me, is just double stop.
Now you're a player who I think has really great vibrato, and your bending is like I don't know. How did you develop just good vibrato in general?
I did it just by listening to the players that I like and kind of emulating them and how they did it. And eventually, when you listen to all your favorite players, you accumulate what they do and turn it into what you do. I think with anything, it's taking your influences and expanding on them and creating something new that you did, because it's your style. It's from here. It's from the heart.
Okay, so could you maybe do like an A minor pentatonic something that maybe somebody could try to practice, even if it's over a backing track, just something that we can like visualize, and then how to like maybe just use that and then add a little bit more, or just kind of like have a template that you can try to insert your own kind of technique into.
Sure, I'll give it a shot here. So A minor, like.
There we go. Right?
So
so you're in one position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And specifically right there, 7th fret on the G string.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of...
That's almost the sweet spot.
That
really.
is the sweet spot. That's like that's the center of the heart.
Yeah.
That's like the area that you want to kind of really...
So like, you know, like kind of when I think about that string and that spot, because you can like, think of it as like, if you want to create some tension, you bend up on it first, and then you can come down and go, and then you end on your root.
Right?
Give
There
a
you
little
go.
vibrato, and you got that just like little heart wrenching. You bend up on that one. So you're just adding these little bends and vibratos just to add that feel, and it gives it, I mean, it opens up a whole new dimension of, I think, guitar playing.
It really does. I think that's the most important bend in music right there. That minor
If it's not there, it just
yeah, cool. All right, whatever.
you know, I mean, there's a huge difference, you know.
There's so much opportunity there that is missed by myself as a young player when I was there. I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, you know, I'm old now, so I don't even remember what happened way back then, but...
No, long time ago. Oh, hey. A lot has transpired
I know, right?
since
Right.
those days. I've seen the yearbook picture. That was a different
that's a
man
good one,
back
right?
then. Yeah, that's,
Right, he did, right?
that's pretty
The
good.
double image, man. Okay, go right.
Right there. Take your time. You know, like if you're practicing and you're just going through different scales or
That's
licks
a very good
or whatever.
thing you mentioned there is take your time.
Right.
And don't rush your notes if you don't have to. Speed is a very good thing. I love playing fast.
This is the shred master.
And I love to shred, and I love my Demiolas and my McLaughlins, but if you listen to those guys, their technique and their feel is always spot on, and it always ends with something that's, you know, meaningful and pulls on the heartstrings.
A lot of time, and you know, good fast playing, I think is just a quick build up to that note.
Every time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're rushing into something that like means something. You hit it, and it's just like
Yeah, every
That's what it's
time.
at.
You know, if you don't start, middle, and end with some feel in there, then it's just a fast run or a scale. And scales are fine and all, but ultimately within a scale, there's intervals and different notes you can pick and choose. You almost like, you become more aware of what you're not playing and focus on that, because it's the spaces in between the notes that sometimes that mean more. Does that make sense?
it makes total sense. You know why? Because you said it from your heart.
Oh.
That's what's up.
Well, I'm very heartfelt.
I know. So I want to give these people something they can work on specifically. And let's take that kind of A minor example.
Okay.
Or that's just kind of like, that's like stock guitar lick number
Right.
one. You know what I mean? Right there, right?
Yeah.
So just focus on that in any kind of minor.
All right, well, let's
thing.
look at that little thing I did, which was
Right.
start up high. So you got like three techniques there. So you got the start up high. You bend like a half a note up.
So when he says start up high, it's like the bend has happened before you
Yeah,
strike
you
the
bend
string.
up. It's very
right?
like Jeff Beck-esque, kind of like.
Yeah.
So you pull up to here.
Get it up.
Even getting it up there sounds, but you want to go. And when you're here, you want to bend up that half a note again.
There it is.
And probably on
And
the
then
proper note.
and choke it on top of the note.
Choke it, yeah.
Right?
But like if you choke, just slide up real quick.
Yep.
See, you know,
Always,
if
yeah.
you choke it out like me, you can cover it up really well.
That's an important skill in and of itself.
Right. So we'll try that one more time.
All right. It's like a soft landing, a gentle takeoff.
And then you got your vibrato ending just to like,
Bring it on the home note, on the root note.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that in any scale, any key. Doesn't have to be minor. Woo!
so you do it an octave up and you got the same.
It creates so much movement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it just, it sings,
Yeah.
you know.
Telling a story, man. Just how it
Telling
is
a
in
story,
here.
right?
Is your heart, is your feelings, are they ever in one spot?
They're all over the place.
They're
man.
everywhere. Sometimes you're thinking of me.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you're thinking
I'm thinking of her.
Something, yeah. Sometimes they're in competition.
Not really.
Well, Brian, thanks for coming today.
Man, the pleasure is mine, Sean. Can we do this again
No,
sometime?
you're going to be on all the time.
Yeah?
And we're going to make you a YouTube channel because I think you've got a lot of stories to tell.
I got some stories, man.
Uh-huh.
So let's do this, brother.
So stay tuned for this guy. Talk to y'all soon.